What's going on, martial arts family, and welcome to CMM Taekwondo's channel, and more importantly, welcome to CMM Taekwondo's second video in the Keibon series. Today we are going to be talking about Keibon number 1. We're going to get into the first of the 10 set of the Keibons. Today we're just going to talk about what kind of things Keibon 1 has to offer, what kind of things that I think personally as a teacher you should be getting out of Keibon 1. Not that there are a limited number of things to get out of Keibon 1. If you apply yourself, you can get any number of things out of Keibon 1. I will be sharing with you the kind of things that I work on and that I think about and that I really emphasize in the first Keibon when I train it personally, when I'm by myself, as well as when I'm teaching it to others. So just like in the star block video, I will be going over each and every move, every technique of Keibon 1. It's fairly short. All of the Keibons from here to the end only have 8 techniques, so it's not going to take a whole lot of time to get through all of them. It'll be fairly short. After I get through all of the techniques and I kind of walk through the Keibon, I'm going to slow it down and take a break from just the moves, and we're going to talk about the theory behind it and just some of the things that I want you guys to take away from the Keibon 1. So if you have not yet, please do like and subscribe to our channel. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. If you would like to see notifications, if you want to know when I post new videos or when any of our other instructors post videos, right next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell. If you click on that bell, a drop-down menu will appear. You just want to press get notifications, whatever the drop-down menu says that indicates that you get notifications. It's different depending on where you're at. Click that button and your phone, tablet, computer, whatever you're watching this video on will let you know when CMM Taekwondo posts videos. That way you can be up to date and you can always see our newest stuff. Hopefully here soon. My goal is to start posting new things. My brother and I have been working on a couple of really neat videos talking about things like takedowns, joint locks, self-defense techniques. We did a video on Cheongdo Kwan style sparring as opposed to World Taekwondo Federation sparring, which have different rules. I talked a little bit about techniques and takedown techniques that are viable in Cheongdo Kwan style sparring for Taekwondo. Just some things that I've picked up over the years that I've been doing this. Feel free to use them when I post them or not, it's up to you. When I do end up posting them, please be on the lookout for those because they are coming, I hope, really, really soon. So, without further ado, let us get into Keibon number 1. Okay, so Keibon number 1, much like Star Block, which we talked about in the first video, is gonna, the whole thing is gonna happen in the straddle stance. So as you can see, my feet are about 1.5 shoulders to 2 shoulder widths apart, shoulder width being from one shoulder to the other. If you drew a line down to the ground, there's about 1 shoulder, and then the extra bit is between 1/2 shoulder and a full shoulder width apart. My knees are going to be bent this whole entire time. It's going to be great. My quads are going to love me after we're done with this. But the more you practice this, the longer you can stay in this straddle stance. So it's important to make sure your knees are bent, your feet are the correct distance apart as you do this stance to do the Keibon. We're going to start in the same position with both hands on the hips. Back behind, underneath the armpits, right? And let's just get right into the techniques for Keibon number 1. First things first, you're going to look to the left, and we're going to low block to the left, all at the same time. So from the beginning, low block left. We're going to turn the head and low block right. Okay, it's important to look where you do your technique. We don't want to, boom, boom, looking straight ahead the whole time. Who knows what we're looking at, right? Make sure you're looking where you're blocking. So if you're low block, midsection block, high block is what we're going to be doing. So here we go. From the beginning, turn, low block, turn, low block. We're going to turn, outside block. We're going to turn, outside block. Look to the center, high block, and then a double punch gi up. Hey! These are midsection punches. Sorry, I should clarify. And then pano. So that's the whole Keibon. I think it's a little easier than Star Block personally. Some people have different opinions. The Keibon 1 really gives you the opportunity to focus on blocking in areas that you don't normally. And, sorry, there's a whole lot of something going on outside my window. I keep glancing over. gives you the opportunity to block in different ways than perhaps you're used to, from a different stance than perhaps you're used to. In the basic sets, we do almost nearly everything from this Keibon in either the square stance or the T stance, and this set of techniques, we get to do them from the straddle stance. So it's a little different. The feel, I suppose, is kind of different. You don't get to step forward when you do these techniques, so that's a little new. The other thing that I really like to work on when I do this is making sure I have good power and good stopping technique, and I guess starting technique as well. So for the beginning power, you generate power in a lot of different ways. You are able to generate power in a lot of different ways. One of them will tie into the stopping and starting well, which I'll talk about in a second. The other is speed. The first thing you need to do when learning this is make sure you know the techniques. If you're learning this for the first time in this video, please make sure that what you're focusing on is the techniques, doing them correctly, which we'll talk about in the stopping and starting section just a little bit. But if you are familiar with Keibon number 1, if you've done this 10, 20, 100, 1,000 times, make sure that you are considering power. Make sure you're considering speed. This Keibon is something that by itself is somewhat unimpressive, I guess, I could say. Making sure that you are using power can take this Keibon from being, I don't want to say the word boring, but it really kind of is if you've done it as many times as I have. It turns it from something mundane, I guess, to exciting and something that can really challenge your muscles and your speed and your technique. So if you start out the Keibon and your first technique is here, your second technique is here, and your third technique is here, that's boring, right? If you've done this 1,000 times, that's dull. You've done that 1,000 times. Making sure you have good power when you turn in your techniques is important. Good speed. You don't want to, right? You want speed to your techniques. You want to make sure you can do them quickly. You want to make sure that the speed and the power are all mixed together so that you can get one impressive technique. Each technique needs to be impressive, and that's where the starting and stopping comes into play, making it look impressive as well as feel impressive and sound impressive from the power. Looking impressive too comes from how do you start the technique and then how do you stop the technique. Because if you start the technique, if you start your low block here, you're not going to get as much power and it doesn't look as good. If you go, it's quick, but it's not as powerful and it's not correct either. Making sure you're starting your techniques up high, up next to the ear, like we talk about in star block, touch my ear, low block. That still applies in this Keibon. Not that you have to say those words, but if you need to say those words, please do it because you need to reach all the way up to the ear to low block properly. Again, to the other side, touch the ear, low block. Outside block, you want kind of across the body look here, and this is kind of tough for new people to understand. The blocking hand is going to reach down below the belt. As you can see, my hand is down like almost on my hip bone, on my pelvic bone down here. And my other hand is up covering, right? So if I move this hand, this area is open. So I cover it with my other hand as well as blocking the head while this hand is down here. Pull out. So there's your outside block, right? Or down, pull out. Again, down, pull out. High block, of course, goes down as low as you can reach. Right now I can reach probably about halfway down my thigh. The other hand's up here covering the face. Pull up and stop. Reach down, pull up, stop. And then the two punches should come directly from the chambered position. Boom, boom. Okay, that's starting the technique. Every technique should start correctly. Every technique should stop correctly as well. I talked about this in one of my forms that I did last week. That was last week, wow. You want to end your techniques correctly. You don't want to go boom, 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 boom. That's way too fast. Way too fast. You don't even know where the technique stopped. You don't know if that was a low block or just a really poor hammer fist, right? Make sure your techniques are stopping correctly as well. If you're going to start them, finish, and pause. Look, let this dramatic effect take effect. Because if you've done it correctly, you've got power, you've got timing, you've got speed, you've started correctly, you've got a nice sound at the end if you're wearing the sleeves like you should be in a traditional tobak, which I am not. You'll get a nice snapping sound from these techniques. That's what you want. You want snap, pause, dramatic effect. Snap, pause, dramatic effect. Outside block, pause. Outside block, pause. High block, pause. High block, pause. Boom, boom, and then give at the end, right? So those are the things that I want you guys to think about when you do Keibon number 1. Get that power, get that technique, get that speed. This is a Keibon where you can really, really, really emphasize those traits for yourself. Frame your body well, make it look nice. This is not one of those Keibons that inherently looks impressive to an outsider. Make it look impressive. Make it feel good. Make it so that this is something you want to train instead of have to train. That's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of Keibon number 1. Hey guys, thanks once again for checking out our channel. I hope you find some of these things useful that you're going to find on our CMM Taekwondo channel. Once again, please keep an eye on what we're going to be posting. Hopefully here really soon we're going to be moving away from only posting Keibons and Pumse. I'd really like to get into some more advanced techniques, some more functional things like self-defense that isn't just for Cheongdo Kwan Taekwondo practitioners, things that other people can get things out of. You can kind of integrate that into other arts. Not that you can't integrate Pumse and Keibons into other arts, but it's a little tougher. Things like sparring drills, things like joint locks and takedowns, I hope are coming really soon. So please, if you've not subscribed to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you guys can see when I do end up posting those videos or when another one of our instructors posts one of those videos. Speaking of that, hopefully here real soon as well, I'm going to get some other instructors. You guys are going to see some other faces from CMM Taekwondo. It's not just going to be me all the time. I really would like for you guys to get to see some of our other instructors because they're phenomenal martial artists, and I think they have a lot to offer, things that I potentially could not offer, just some different viewpoints. So stick around, keep an eye on our channel, and hopefully you're going to be seeing a lot of neat stuff in these upcoming months. Once again, thank you guys for the channel. I hope you have a phenomenal week, and know that we at CMM Taekwondo are praying for you.